In Los Angeles right now with the Lakers, LeBron James is a guest in his own home. He's not on the deed anymore. This is Luka Dončić's house, but they've got to remodel it.
A guest in his own home. Let that sentence detonate for a second. Because Tim MacMahon did not say LeBron is struggling. He did not say LeBron is declining. He did not say LeBron's role has changed or his usage is down or the team is building in a different direction. He used the specific language of a man who no longer belongs in a space he built with his own hands. A guest in his own home. LeBron James arrived in Los Angeles in 2018. He dragged a franchise that had not made the playoffs in 5 consecutive years back to relevance with his bare hands. He won the 17th championship. He recruited Anthony Davis. He built the foundation that eventually made the Luka trade possible. He put this organization back on the map, commercially, culturally, and competitively, in ways that 8 years of gratitude should not be enough to repay. And Tim MacMahon just told the entire basketball world that he is a guest in the house he built. Not the owner, not the franchise player, not even a long-term tenant with squatters' rights. A guest, who does not have his name on the deed, and who the new owner is already planning to remodel around.
I mean, it's B, and if you ask people around the league, as Shanae said, Cleveland is the most likely destination. Think of the storyline, the reunion, coming home again, the hometown kid, one last run, the retirement tour for the ages, being able to play for a contender, and look.
The retirement tour for the ages. MacMahon did not hedge that. He did not say possibly, or maybe, or one scenario among several. He said people around the league are saying Cleveland. He said think of the storyline as if the decision has already been made and the only thing left is the announcement. He packaged LeBron's departure from Los Angeles in the kind of narrative language you use when the ending is already written and you are helping the audience understand how to feel about it. And the audience is not handling it well. Because there are 2 responses happening simultaneously, and they are pulling in completely opposite directions. Lakers fans are devastated. LeBron fans are devastated. The people who have spent 8 years watching him in purple and gold are processing what it means for the man who delivered the 17th banner to be described as a guest who does not have his name on the deed. And everyone else, every analyst, every rival fan base, every voice that has been saying this moment was coming since the Luka trade happened is saying, they told you so. Let's build the full picture of how this happened, because this did not arrive overnight. This is a story that has been building since February 1st, 2025. The day the Luka Dončić trade was finalized. The day the Los Angeles Lakers made the organizational decision that answered the most important question about LeBron James's future without anyone in the building saying a single word publicly. They chose the future over the present. They chose 25 over 41. They chose Luka Dončić's decade over LeBron James's final chapter. And everything that has happened since, the lineup tensions, the net rating disasters, the Rich Paul podcast, the J.J. Redick bench confrontation, the Byron Scott radio appearance, the Stephen A. Smith demand to go back to Cleveland, has been the visible evidence of an organizational pivot that was made quietly and completely more than a year ago. MacMahon confirmed it, in the most pointed language available.
LeBron James right now has one foot in the grave, the other on the banana peel. He just waiting on this season to be over so he can leave the Lakers. Can Luka Dončić and Austin Reaves be your franchise guy to deliver a championship in the near future? And the answer is hell no.
Tim MacMahon said, I think part of LeBron's grumpiness is the realization that he's not going to be a part of the Lakers' rebuild around Luka and Austin. Grumpiness. MacMahon used that word deliberately. Not frustration, not competitive fire, not a veteran leader holding his team to a high standard. Grumpiness. The specific emotional state of someone who has realized something they did not want to realize, who has seen the writing on the wall, who understands what the Luka trade really meant for their place in the organization's future, even as they smiled for the cameras and said all the right things at the press conference when Luka landed. LeBron James has known for months what MacMahon is now saying on national television. He has known since the moment Luka's contract extension discussions began. Since the moment the organizational conversations shifted from "what does LeBron need" to "what does Luka need?" Since the moment the house changed ownership and LeBron felt it happening in real time and could do nothing to stop it because the deed was never really in his name in the way he thought it was. He built the house, he just did not own it.
LeBron has had the keys to the car his entire career. He had to give the keys up to Luka. He didn't even get to sit shotgun. That's Austin Reaves' seat. LeBron, this is a sports car. He is cramped up in the back seat. It is just not a fit.
Cramped in the back seat. That image is so specific and so perfect that it requires no additional explanation. Because everyone has been in a back seat when they used to drive. Everyone has felt the specific discomfort of being a passenger in a journey that used to belong entirely to them. The seat is smaller than you remember. The view is different from back there. You can see where you are going, but you cannot control when you turn, when you stop, when you accelerate. LeBron James, 4 championships, the all-time scoring record, 23 years of being the driver, every team, every city, every contract, every personnel decision filtered through his preferences and his timeline and his competitive requirements. Cramped in the back seat, behind Luka Dončić, behind Austin Reaves, on the team he built, in the house where he is now a guest. Now here is where this story goes from painful to explosive. Because the MacMahon revelations did not arrive in isolation. They arrived alongside a detail that has received far less attention than it deserves. There are tensions between LeBron James and Jeannie Buss. Not the competitive frustrations that any player feels during a losing stretch. Not the organizational disagreements that get smoothed over in a front office meeting. Real tensions. Documented enough by ESPN reporters that it made it into a national story about LeBron's future with the franchise. The woman who owns the Los Angeles Lakers and the man who has been the franchise's centerpiece for 8 years are not on the same page about what comes next. LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers are done. Not at the end of next season. Not after one more run at a championship. Done. Now. Organizationally. Emotionally. Structurally. The only thing keeping LeBron in purple and gold through the end of this season is the $52.6 million contract and the 22 games still on the schedule. After that, the house belongs to Luka. The deed has his name on it, and LeBron James is going to have to find somewhere else to live. Mike Greenberg asked, Week 1, Day 1, opening night of the 26-27 season. LeBron James is A Laker, B, on another team, or C, retired? MacMahon's answer to that question was not complicated, not hedged, not diplomatic. He said other team. He said Cleveland. He said the retirement tour for the ages back home again with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He said it with the confidence of someone who has been talking to people inside the league who are already operating as if the decision has been made. Donovan Mitchell was asked about the possibility of LeBron joining him in Cleveland on Sirius XM NBA radio. As a Bron fan, to be able to be a teammate would obviously be special, but that's not something that's in my control. Mitchell did not say it is not happening. He did not laugh it off. He did not dismiss it as speculation. He said it would obviously be special, and then carefully placed the decision outside his control. That is the language of someone who wants something to happen and is making sure he does not say anything that prevents it from happening. The Cavaliers went 64-18 last season. They have James Harden now. They have Evan Mobley. They have Mitchell. They have the Eastern Conference infrastructure that Stephen A. Smith said makes LeBron's path to a 5th ring dramatically more navigable than anything the Western Conference bracket offers a 41-year-old player on a team with a -8.4 net rating in its most important lineup combination. Cleveland is waiting. The house is ready. And the guest in someone else's home in Los Angeles is almost certainly coming back. That cap space does not exist if LeBron is on the roster at anywhere near his current salary. And the roster the Lakers need to build to compete with Oklahoma City and Denver and Houston does not get built if the organizational priorities are still filtered through the preferences of a player who is cramped in the back seat on his way out the door. The math has already been done inside the building. MacMahon confirmed it publicly. Jeannie Buss is feeling the tension of it, and LeBron James is sitting with the grumpiness of a man who sees the numbers clearly and knows exactly what they add up to. Here is the piece of this story that lands like a gut punch when you sit with it long enough. LeBron James is about to break Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time record for career field goals made. He needs 2 field goals as of this week. The next Lakers game against the Denver Nuggets will likely be the night he does it. Another historic moment. Another record. Another milestone that confirms what 23 years of professional basketball have produced at a level no human being has ever sustained for this long. He is going to break Kareem's field goal record in purple and gold, in the house that is no longer his, as a guest, cramped in the back seat, grumpy about a rebuild being built without him. And when the record falls and the arena celebrates and the tribute video plays and the cameras find LeBron's face in that specific moment, the question that Tim MacMahon just put on the table for the entire basketball world is going to be hanging in the air above every standing ovation. Is this the last time you are going to see this in Los Angeles? MacMahon already answered it. Other team, Cleveland. Retirement tour for the ages. The guest is checking out. The remodeling starts this summer. And the house that LeBron James built is about to belong completely and permanently to someone else. Drop a comment right now. Does it hurt to hear LeBron James described as a guest in his own home? And is the retirement tour for the ages in Cleveland the ending this story actually deserves? Hit that like button, subscribe. The final chapter of LeBron James in Los Angeles is being written right now, and every word of it is more emotional than the last.